"Hey," Randy said, opening the door to the house he lived in with our mum. "How was your night?" "It was alright," I said, giving my brother a half-armed hug. "We went to dinner, watched Supernatural." My husband, Jack, laughed behind me. "Yeah, we've got to get caught up before the series ends." We chuckled together as we walked into the living room, where I stopped dead in my tracks. "What?" I tried to laugh, but it died in my throat. "What the hell is that?" "What?" both Jack and Randy asked, looking around me trying to see what had me shaken. Jack stepped forward, putting his arms out towards the thing. I slapped his hands and pulled him away, breathing heavily. He looked at me strangely, stepping back towards it. "Hi, baby. How was your night with Nana?" he asked, picking it up. "Good," it said, in a high, sweet voice. I looked at them both, my gaze shooting between my husband and whatever was in his arms. "Mum!" I yelled, backing up, turning on my foot, tearing my eyes off of the horror in front of me. "Mum!" I screamed, storming out of the room. I rushed through her room and into her walk-in closet, where she was hanging up shirts. "Morning, Sam," she smiled at me over her shoulder as I frantically demanded, "Where's Lynn?" Her forehead furrowed. "What do you mean? She was just in the living room with Randy." She moved to run into the living room, but I grabbed her arm, pulling her to me. "Mum," I breathed, tears welling up in my eyes. "That is not Lynn. I don't know what is in your living room right now, but it is not my daughter." Her eyes darted back and forth between mine, tension building in the fine lines around them. "Mama?" I heard call from the door of the bedroom, soft footsteps coming closer. A chill crawled down my spine, the voice sickening. It looked just like her. Small frame, white blonde hair down her back, blue eyes. She had 2 adult teeth growing through on the bottom, and a small scar on her top lip where she had been nipped by a dog when she was 2. It was not her. We were in the truck on our way home. I had cried in the closet, telling it to go back to the living room and get Daddy. My mum and Jack stood, huddled around me, as I shook and sobbed. "That is not her," I repeated, urging them to see what I could see. I couldn't describe it, I just knew that was not my daughter. They said it looked like her, and I agreed. It sounded like her, I knew. It was her, but it was not. After a minor breakdown and my muted hysterics, my mum turned to Jack. "Has she been taking her meds?" she asked softly. His eyes shifted sadly to me, looking me over slowly. "As far as I knew." He sighed, running his hand through his hair. "Don't talk about me like I'm not here," I hissed. "That is not Lynn, and my meds have nothing to do with it." "Sammy," he said gently, taking my hand, "have you been taking your medicine every day?" I glared at him, jerking my hand away. I was livid, but as my heart raced, I tried to think if I'd taken my pills this morning. We'd slept in, I don't remember. What about yesterday? We'd been in such a hurry to get Lynn to Mum's. I shook my head slightly, trying to think. My mum and Jack exchanged a look. "Mama, are you mad at me?" she asked, breaking my daze. I looked at her in the rearview mirror, studying her. It looked just like Lynn. I rubbed my eyes, shaking my head. "No, baby, I'm not mad at you. I'm just kind of sleepy, I guess." I smiled at her in the mirror. "Oh, good," she smiled back. "I don't want you to be mad at me." She turned to look out of the window, the light catching her eyes, reflecting silver.
Hello listeners, if you enjoyed this story,
please check out the author in the description. For more content, leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more sinister readings.